Hello, welcome to the Two Chicks Homestead Podcast. We are the Two Chicks. Yay!
Hi, I'm Nate.
And I'm Aaron, and we talk about homesteading and living on a small piece of land.
All right, everyone, welcome to episode 58.
Today is the 10th of May.
May 10th, episode 58, and this one's called Chicken Shit.
Yep. We're doing a special. I'm not sure if we're getting back to our weekly yet.
We'll see how it goes.
But, yeah.
Things are picking up, so we might have some more stuff to talk about.
Yep.
But we got some other stuff going on.
Yes. So our Etsy page is fully stocked.
Yep.
We've got the comfrey salve, and our rabbit feet are back up there now.
Yep.
And patches, as usual.
Yep.
And the comfrey root and crown bundle that we just put on there, and it's been selling.
Yeah, you've been pulling a lot so far.
Yeah.
And then we also have 2 rabbit tails up there.
I don't think I have those on Etsy.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Well, if you want a rabbit tail, message us.
Yes. I may have just put that on Nuster.
Oh, okay.
Not actually on Etsy. But yeah, we do have the 2 rabbit tail keychains.
Yep.
Which are
weird.
but one of a kind.
Yes. So, and then you got something fun going on later this week.
Yes. So Friday night, I will be on with Toolman Tim. Yeah. So a long time ago, me and my big fat mouth said, I want to practice interviewing people because I want to do interviews, but I just can't. And so he said, oh, you'll have to come on and we'll do an interview. And I said, okay. And it's been kind of pushed back and not really brought up because I wasn't going to bring it up.
Yeah.
So thanks to Josh, the Renegade Butcher, for solidifying the date.
Yep. And you got called out on the last live stream that Tim did.
Yep. So I cannot go back on my word, and I will do it.
Yep.
But yeah, we're just going to do like some questions and talk about like anxiety and content creation and homesteading and living and
that should
all
be
that
fun
stuff.
So
if you want to see me like embarrassed,
you'll do awesome
to death, then show up on Friday.
Yeah, you'll do awesome. The girls, you'll probably hear the girls on the live stream in the background hooting and hollering from upstairs.
Yeah, probably. So yeah.
All right. Well, we have drinks down here. It's a Monday night. We just got done with the board meeting. And
the third board meeting.
The third board meeting, and it was full of chicken shit.
Yeah.
So, fair warning, this episode may not be friendly to little ears, because we have some stuff to say.
Yeah.
And this pretty much solidifies why I am not involved in government voting or any of that stuff.
Well, so to back up, I mean, we started in apartments.
Yep.
From the apartment, we went to the HOA. From the HOA, we went to scary neighborhood, didn't want to go outside, to here, which is in farm country, but we are in the village.
Yes.
So the only next move is in the middle of nowhere.
Yes, and that will be sooner than later,
well,
probably.
I mean, yeah, when we win the lottery, we'll do it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we always find reason why we don't want to stay where we are.
Yes. I mean, we've been here 5 years. This is the longest we've ever been at a house.
Yeah, but it's the location.
Yes.
If we didn't have this space behind us.
Or the cool neighbor.
Yeah, where we can go and, like, be in our little bubble and not be in town.
Right.
It'd be different if we were, like, with somebody behind us, like normal neighborhoods.
Yeah, we wouldn't be doing that. So,
yeah,
that's just kind of how that is.
So, yeah, when we're out in front, we're in the village, but when we go in the backyard, it's like we're, in a forest preserve slash
right. I mean, we have 500 acres behind us of cornfields, and we can see the farm 3 miles away.
Right, but even with the lane, we have a quarter mile that we can just walk.
Right.
And do a bunch of stuff that most of the people in town cannot do.
I would say all the people in town, except for us and our neighbor.
Okay.
I mean, that is private property. So,
yes. So 2 years ago, we were not doing the podcast yet.
No.
Well, when we moved in here, there wasn't a chicken ordinance.
No.
So we, as good citizens, because we just moved into this fabulous new town,
Mm-hmm.
went to the village hall and said, we want to get chickens. What do we need to do?
Right.
So we got the permit to build.
Mm-hmm.
There were no ordinances.
Nope.
They just kind of said, how about 6 chickens?
Mm-hmm.
And we said, sounds good. So
Yep.
we got 6 chickens.
Yep.
And it was like nothing for a while.
Right.
Because we moved in here 2018?
17. It was November 17.
So 2021 comes around.
Mm-hmm.
And,
And we've already been a year full swing into COVID.
Yeah.
So
we're doing Zoom meetings with the village. And they bring up chickens, which I don't remember a ton about this, but chickens were brought up.
yeah.
I don't remember.
There was a lot of complaints about the rooster in town.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've covered all this in previous
Yeah.
episodes. We got all that stuff hashed out. The way it sits, after it was all said and done, they wanted us to only be allowed to have 8. We got it up to 12 hens, and then I specifically wanted meat birds.
Because I think we had already done them once.
Yes, we had already done them once. And it's like, okay, we want to have it in here where we can have the meat birds, and we're good. And they initially wanted to have in there no slaughtering.
Yeah, which wasn't going to work.
Right. So, I mean, and my argument with that was, what about the guy going out to hunt?
Yeah.
Brings home a deer, can't butcher the deer in his garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 100 people in town here that hunt. So, so we got all that stuff put in, and we rolled with it, and we did. It worked out great for us.
Yeah, I mean, that was a huge win.
Yeah.
To add on to, I mean, some of their arguments were ridiculous,
Mm-hmm.
but
yeah, they wanted like power run out to the coop.
Well, it was, we don't want you to, be butchering chickens, out in the front yard. And it's like, really?
Yeah.
We're not going to be butchering chickens out
Everything
in the
has
front
to be
yard.
in the backyard.
It's
no
kidding.
This is the kind of village that tried to write a solar ordinance to only allow you to have solar panels on the back of your house. Well, what if you have a south-facing house?
Yeah.
That ain't gonna work.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was a lot of just like, okay, come on. Like, we're not idiots. They wanted to come and make sure our coop was safe. And it's like, we didn't just get chickens and not think about it.
Yeah, they sit behind a desk and they try and rule from there.
Yeah. So, I mean, even back then we offered to have them come see the coop. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously they know we have it. We're not hiding anything.
Right.
We didn't have the rabbits back then, did we? I don't know.
Yes, we did.
Oh, well.
Because we got the rabbits in 2020.
Yeah. So anyway, that was fine. All was fine for years until 2 months ago.
Yeah, it was 2 or 3 months ago they started bringing it up again.
And we've got a Facebook page for the group or for for the village.
Yes.
We don't.
Well,
have
all right. Sorry, no. There's 7 Facebook pages
Yes.
for the village of 2,100 people. There are 7 Facebook groups for the village. Okay.
So, so the main one.
Yes.
Someone brought up, hey, does anybody know what's going on with this chicken ordinance thing on the agenda? And it was like, oh shit.
Here we go.
Really?
Here we go. Round 2.
So, I mean, I commented saying, we don't go to the meetings.
Yeah.
We'll look into it. I don't remember what happened, but I think I found the thing and posted it.
Yeah, we found the minutes from what they were talking about.
And it was like, well, I guess we'll see everybody there.
Right.
And then, was it before? So I didn't go to the first meeting.
Right, because I went to go find out.
Yeah.
And this is when I lost my shit at the meeting.
Yeah.
So I
Because I didn't go because I didn't think it was that serious yet.
Right. We had no idea what they were trying to do because the minutes from the meetings are a month behind.
Yeah.
So you have no idea what they talked about last week or are going to talk about this week because the stuff is so vague.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like all this stuff, like a state government puts out what they want to talk about. They want to put an ordinance up, it's there in full writing, and you want to talk about it, let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's all there. That's not what this village does. They just fly by night and let's cobble some shit together and see if we can pass it.
Yeah. So you went to the first meeting. I think the neighbors did.
Yeah. So there were 4 of us. They had 20 show up. So I had posted in the same group after I had found the minutes. All right, here's the post. Here's what they want to talk about. They want to cut the number in half. They want to require us to run power out to the coop instead of using extension cords. And they want a yearly permit and come count heads. Mm-hmm. Fuck off on all 3 accounts.
Yeah.
That's a non-starter. Okay. Once we got that I figured all that stuff out. I found out, I posted in the group and I said, hey, anybody that has chickens in town needs to come to the committee of the whole meeting after the regular board meeting. Be there at 7:00 when the board meeting kicks off and sit around and wait and see what they say. And me being me, remembering what we had to deal with last time, I brought up all the stuff they brought up. Mm-hmm. And it's like, nothing. Crickets.
Yeah.
It's crickets from the board. They look at you stone-faced. They don't comment about anything. And it's just like a big FU. Mm-hmm. So, well, you're here against it, then we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
That's really how that first meeting felt. And then once this board member started going through all of this stuff, that's when I lost my shit. Because, I mean, they're seriously talking about taking food away from us. Mm-hmm. And we have this podcast because we have the chickens.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to talk about what we're dealing with in life and how we do things. And if it wasn't for those chickens and it wasn't for the rabbits, we wouldn't be here. Mm-hmm. What do we have to talk about? Staring at some corn grow? Maybe a little bit of homesteading?
Yeah.
A little bit, like gardens?
Which is fine.
Right.
But it wasn't enough for us.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, it's like the chickens are what started everything for us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. I mean, it's reality. I mean, we've had them 4 years now. Yeah. We got them a year after we moved in here.
Yeah, which we were approved to have.
Right. Coop was built, permitted, inspected. It cost us $200 to get a frickin' building permit. Mm-hmm. $200 for a 4-foot by 12-foot coop.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to go into how much the permit costs for the one down the street.
Yeah. Well,
that's 3 times the size of ours. But, I mean, that is what it is.
Yeah. So, after that meeting, and we discovered, like, how serious this is, mm-hmm. I wanted to, like, get all the owners together. Right. Like, outside of a board meeting, mm-hmm. just to hash things out and figure out what's going on. And this is very unlike me to, like, initiate
Absolutely.
Something. So I kind of, I went into the village group and just said, any chicken owners, message me, or just post here and I'll message you. Because I didn't want to start posting it on there mm-hmm. in case I didn't want to, like,
Right. There are a few board members in these groups. I know the old village president's in the group.
Yeah. But I didn't want to discuss it in the group.
Right. It really was between between you, me, and the fence post type deal.
Yeah. So once I started getting messages and comments, I just kind of said, hey, just want to give you an update on what's going on. Mm-hmm. I also gave them a link to our local homestead group that we started.
Right.
Just another place to talk and
a more private place.
Right. A place where this is where we go to talk about this.
Yeah.
And just set up a date to meet. We were going to meet here, but the weather was bad, mm-hmm. so we did it at the library, which worked out perfect.
Yeah.
And there were 6 other families that showed up. So it was quite a few people, more than I thought.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. So that the next time we went to the meeting, it was, you could lock eyes and be like, okay, I know you. It was, relaxing or calming. I guess it wasn't relaxing, but because it was tense.
Right. It was a very long, it's been a very long couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Like, you and I it has been on our mind for a while.
Yeah.
And we specifically wanted to wait until the end to bring all this stuff up so we can have everything for you guys so you know how we push this back.
Yeah. But meeting was amazing because we found out we had someone that lived in town, was on our town firefighter, and also worked in the electrical.
Mm-hmm.
So he could talk about, the extension cord stuff.
Right.
There was somebody that was going to talk about,
were
in health, the medical person talking about, I don't remember.
The disease,
just like
salmonella and stuff like that.
Just to cover that stuff. We had another lady that was going to get an expert to talk about chicken owning.
Yeah.
Or chicken ownership.
Yep. We had the lady from 4-H that lives out in the village came in.
Yeah.
And talked.
So that was huge to do. And as nervous as I was, I'm glad I did it because I was even telling somebody else that even through all of this, it has now made our community grow.
Yeah,
because now we know all these people that have chickens are into this kind of stuff, and they're all in our town. Yeah. And there are people that are just starting out, that just have chicks for the first time, and people that have chickens for years.
Yeah. Or cycled through a few flocks.
Yeah. So that was awesome. So that's one thing that if anybody has to do this, to go that route.
Yeah, get involved, get everybody in town that you want to talk to because it's numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not this tonight we only had about maybe 10 people there on our side. But last meeting when we gave everybody the heads up, we had 40 people there.
Yeah.
That showed up to voice their opinion against the board.
Yeah.
That's huge. This town has 2,100 people.
Yeah. So it was very moving to see person after person after person stand up and voice their opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. And as it sits right now, they've tabled it. Do I believe them? Fuck no.
Yeah.
Because really, I think there's going to be backdoor deals and trying to push this in the back.
Well, the weird thing is that everybody asked what brought this on this time. Yeah. And we never got an answer. We have no idea if something happened, and they told us certain people complained, and then it turned into nobody, and then it was more, and then...
So basically the background of that is we know of a few people in town, and they specifically inquired how many complaints there have been. And that person was told 0. No complaints since 2021. Okay. Since the enactment of the new order.
Yep.
Now, we know there were complaints about the roosters. I get that. We know there are complaints about having chickens in general because somebody in Village Hall couldn't have chickens and didn't like the fact that we could. It is what it is. So we go into that. This next meeting after that I go to, I flat out ask the board, because we have the public comment where we can talk about agenda items, and we stand up and we go, okay, you guys need to sit down with the chief of police and figure out how many complaints, or sit down with Village Hall and see how many complaints we're getting. Okay? We want to know that number. Okay? So this is 3 days later. This person finds out on Friday. We go in Monday night. Okay? Monday night, when it's this person's turn to talk, tells me there have been 6 to 10 in the past 2 years. Where did that number come from? You just told somebody there's been none. But now you're telling me there's 6 to 10?
But they don't know because they don't keep track.
Right. So somebody goes in and FOIAs those
Yeah.
complaints. We don't keep track of them. It's a moot point then.
Yeah.
You're not keeping track of that stuff. You can't count it. And that means you can't come to the people in town who are causing the problems. You know, I don't know if there's somebody in town that has 100 chickens. I don't know.
Yeah.
That could be a problem. I don't know if they have 100 roosters at their house. That could be a problem. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But my 12 in the back here?
Yeah, we were just never given any, specific reason why this was brought up. And I think that's what kind of shook everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, what happened?
Right.
Like, we want to fix it.
Right.
And I don't know if there really wasn't an issue or if they didn't want to tell us so that we couldn't fix it because they didn't want it fixed. They want it gone.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I lost where I was.
And then the last meeting we go in and we have another board member who sits up there and tells us, well, those other people aren't showing up to the meeting because they're afraid.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't have to come into this meeting and beg the crown to own fucking chickens.
Yeah, I don't want to be there either.
Right. I don't want to come in and deal with you guys. I quit politics. I don't need to come groveling to the crown every time I want to fucking do something in my house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's pointless. And this $50 permit a year, that's another thing they've been wanting in our town. $50 a year to register our birds, and they want a head count every year. Okay, so what are you gonna do? Come over and make sure my chickens aren't shitting in the yard too much, or shitting on each other, or fighting with each other, or what happens when you show up and I have 3 in the nest box laying eggs, and you only count 9? So does that mean I'm cut down to 9 because magically 3 of them died?
Yeah.
And you're not gonna do this while I'm home.
Right.
Where that's what I wanted. If you're going to do inspections on my animals, then I want to be here.
Yeah.
You don't get free reign in my house to open up the coop.
Just because I have chickens. Dog
Right.
owners don't do that.
Yeah, dog owners don't do that. Nobody picks up shit in this town from dogs. Nobody deals with the dogs barking at 10 o'clock at night through 2 a.m. My chickens are in bed by 8:30.
Yeah.
And you don't hear a peep from them all night.
And not that we're trying to say, well, if we have laws, they should have laws.
Right.
But it just feels very specific.
Yeah, I don't get it. Why? It's the quietest animal in town.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the only thing that's quieter than this are the rabbits.
That they don't know exist.
Right, exactly. And the only time a rabbit makes noise is when it screams.
Yeah.
Which I've only had 2 do it.
Yeah.
You get a little egg song for like 30 seconds from like 5 of them in the morning.
The chickens, not the...
And that's right, and that's after 8 a.m. So that's after the noise ordinance hours kick up. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, last time we got the ordinance and it said, please make sure your chickens aren't loud. I talked to them.
Yes, I know.
I went out there and I told them, this is the new rule.
Yep.
So they listened. That was the old flock. These ones don't know that.
Right. I mean, maybe with these guys, we got to take the crock pot out there and tell them if they don't quiet down, they're going to end up in here.
Well, I think I posted on Noster that for the grit, I have it in a taco seasoning container, so that
That's
they know
right.
any minute this could be seasoning for dinner.
Exactly.
So, just kind of keep them in check.
So, I think that pretty much covers the previous ones, right? So I mean now it's this current meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tonight's meeting.
Meeting.
Yeah, Monday night's
Okay.
meeting.
So we heard through the grapevine.
Well, we noticed it wasn't listed.
Right, but we had heard through the grapevine before then that they were
Yeah.
going to drop this issue.
Yeah.
Okay. That they were going to drop it like an anvil and be done with it. Thanks to the person that gave me that analogy. That was great. I don't know if you're listening to this. That was awesome. Apparently it was going to be dropped, so we waited all week till Friday night. And it didn't get the agenda minutes didn't get posted Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
But they got posted Saturday. So we were able to go into the minutes and go, okay, it's not on the agenda. Okay.
It's like it never existed.
Right. So it's poof, gone.
Mm-hmm.
And the minutes are so freaking vague. Like, you don't know what they're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay. It's one of the meetings they put down. There was a large amount of people here that were against the new ordinance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you didn't go line by line what each person said, making the case on why your ordinance doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, which is, I mean, I think they don't need to go line by line,
Mm-hmm.
because if you want those details, then you should go.
Yeah.
But it was very, very vague.
Right. So we officially have never seen one. We have not seen one person that is against chickens in town.
Yeah.
Other than the guaranteed one person on the board who is pushing this bullshit. Okay, he has a little Napoleon complex. He's had it for years. I don't have a problem saying that. I'm not going to drop his name, but yeah. He's really the one that is pushing all this. Mm-hmm. And according to everybody else, this issue is now dropped, dead, we're done. Okay, but here's the problem. My concern is, A, they're going to backdoor some bullshit, or B, in 3 months, they're going to start talking about it again because this issue was never formally closed.
Yeah.
So, like, they didn't talk about it tonight at all. They didn't even acknowledge it in comments. Mm-hmm. They didn't say anything, even when we all walked in there, because there were about another 10 of us there today.
Yeah.
They didn't acknowledge anything when we first walked in, because they know all these people are there.
The shaved head girl that complained about the chicken ordinance, probably not forgotten.
Yeah, exactly. Or the dude with the big beard, or the other short fat guy with red hair that has a pretty poofy beard that screams and yells and cusses people out. That's me.
So yeah, I mean, it was one of those things where it's like, do we go in and say, hey, is this done now?
Yeah.
And risk bringing it up again?
Yeah. Or
let it slide? And I think we're leaning towards we need some kind of statement.
Yeah, I need some closure so it's in the minutes, so it gets dropped.
Yeah.
Because I don't want this to magically reappear.
Yeah.
Every 2 years, because at some point you and I don't do politics. You and I don't do board meetings because we have better shit to do at night.
Yeah.
But I'm going to pay attention a little harder now.
Yeah.
And I mean, I hate going to these meetings because it's wrong time. I mean, our meetings are Monday nights at like 7 o'clock, so that's right before bedtime. So either the girls stay up.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what time it is, it's a bad time because we don't want to go.
Right.
So it doesn't matter.
Right. And it's like every Monday we have our club net, and I'm the president of our ham radio club, so I need to be on the net. Well, I've been missing the nets because I'm not home.
I mean, I think they'll forgive you for that.
I know.
It's just a pain.
I at least gave them a heads up and say I was going to miss this one.
Yeah.
So, it drives me freaking nuts.
Yeah, I mean, and I know there's probably people out there thinking, well, don't live in a village.
Mm-hmm.
But, people have to live in a village sometimes, and
right.
sometimes it needs to be people like us that stand up and, take a stand and against all this stuff.
Tyranny.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what it is.
Because that's we've talked about that about Illinois in general. That's like, yes, we need to get out, but somebody's got to stay and try and make some changes. And we're not going to be here forever.
No.
But we have no immediate plans of.
Yeah, we're not. It's one of those. If we win the lottery,
yeah,
we don't play.
We don't play the lottery.
I mean, it's. We have both worked our tails off in this house. Mm-hmm. I would much rather buy 5 to 10 acres. It's not going to be in Illinois, that's for sure. So,
but we could be in much, much worse spots.
Yes, we could be in much worse financial spot too.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing pretty good where we're at right now, which has reality. Kind of one of the things that's keeping us here. Mm-hmm. We get paid a lot. So,
Yep. But yeah, I mean, if anybody's dealing with the same thing, we kind of saw what worked and what helped.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
And it's numbers. It's get your
it's,
numbers.
It's get out into your community
Right.
and meet the people that are like-minded.
Mm-hmm.
And really, probably should have done that before.
Right.
But sometimes you get set in your ways and
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to branch out and something happens and you have to. And that's a good thing that happened. That I'm babbling now.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that came out of what happened.
Exactly. So maybe we need to do like a monthly homesteader meetup. Or
we should.
Chicken meetup in town.
We should, yeah.
We could invite them over here or just sit
I
around.
I was thinking that. Just start making those connections.
Yeah.
And not just over bullshit. Just talk about chickens because we like chickens and not because...
Right. I mean, there's some great people, and we had some great talks.
Yeah.
And it's sad that government doesn't want to talk to you.
Yeah. But it was funny last time, just thinking, or, a couple months ago during the second meeting, where it's like, I wonder if they thought about this happening. Like they bring it up and they thought they'd just be able to let it go through and not have all these people that have now come together and fought back.
I mean, it was 2 days to get the first group there and then 2 weeks to get the next group there. And that group was there for... We've been dealing with this 2 months now. This is
because it's every other week.
Yeah, so this is officially 2 months that we've been dealing with this.
Yeah.
We went out and got more hens because we were afraid about that.
So, yes, that's another thing we could talk about. So, yeah, our coop was originally built for 6 chickens.
Yes.
And there was a day where you said, how can we make this bigger? And you wanted to build out.
Yes.
And it was like, well, I don't think we can do that because that's going to look pretty obvious.
Right.
So... I don't know if I even ever posted like the building. I don't think I did.
No, I don't think you did either because we kept it quiet.
I posted an updated picture of it finished on the Facebook page, just the banner thing.
Yeah.
But not like you building it.
Yeah.
So you built it into the run, so it's not any bigger footprint.
Right. Yep.
But the coop is bigger.
Yes.
And they still have all the same space underneath.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, did that just happen?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't even look any different.
Right. I mean,
it's amazing.
So I think we posted in the Telegram.
Yeah.
The ongoing stuff of this.
Yeah, because this happened like the day after the last meeting or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was like the weekend after. I
Yeah.
came home and I got this bug up my ass because we didn't even go out and buy the chicks yet.
Yeah.
Because we had to get the coop done and then we went out and bought the chicks the next day.
Yeah.
So we thought they were going to pass this the next weekend because they were talking about already writing the ordinance. Like the village attorney was talking, I'll bring you guys the ordinance next week.
Yeah.
And
So we wanted to get chicks before this changed.
Exactly. So I posted a picture, loaded up the truck, went to Menards, and I posted, lumber haul, and it was a bunch of 2x4s, 2x6s, and some plywood. And I hauled ass home. That was on a Friday. Saturday morning, I'm up at 6.
Yeah.
Waiting for official go time, construction time on a Saturday morning, which is like 7. So 7 a.m. I'm out there sawing away, and I had that coop done by 5.
Yeah.
And it was painted.
Yeah.
Done, painted, ready to go by 5 at night.
Yep.
That was a very long day.
So yeah, I mean, join our Telegram group too.
Yeah.
Because we post there before we post anywhere else.
Yes. That is our official safe place where we talk about more things. It's a safe place that has a few F-bombs in it.
Oh, yeah. Anything goes.
Exactly. It's the fun spot.
Yep.
So.
But, then we got chickens. We got more chickens.
Yeah, we got 8 more.
We run out. So do not sit and do the math. Yeah, we got a few more than we were planning, but there's that percentage where you never know, and
so
we didn't want
currently we have 15. We have 15 hens. We have 8 Wyandottes.
Yes, that's the new ones.
Those are the new
they're
ones.
gold-laced
Gold-laced
Wyandottes, which I heard are
Wyandottes.
not as asshole-ish as the other colors, so we'll see.
We'll see.
I learned that afterwards.
And then we have the other ones that have been out there.
Yeah,
So those
there's
guys,
7 out there.
Yeah, 7 out there right now. We're probably gonna call 3. There's one that's looking
There's
pretty.
one that's really rough.
Yeah, I don't know if she's pulling feathers
I don't
out.
know.
There's one that's missing half of the butt feathers again. But I mean, they're 2 years old. This is when we processed the last flock.
Yeah, we would, because this happens, of course, after we have that episode of get fall chicks,
Yeah,
not spring
exactly.
chicks. Well, this year we got spring chicks
Yes.
because we had to.
Yeah, it was get them here and get them old enough where they can go in with
Yeah.
their friends.
Yeah, so sometimes it doesn't work out how you plan, and
Mm-hmm.
that's homesteading in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, sorry, we are drinking tonight. So we both have some whiskey. I have some Rabbit Hole.
yeah, I have Ballatin,
Yep, caramel turtle.
yes, which Amy Digman said was too sweet for her, so I said, ooh, that'll be perfect, and it is very sweet.
Yeah.
It's very sweet. I could have it with ice cream or something.
That'd probably be good. Some apple cider be
It'd
good
be-
in there.
yeah, mix in fresh apple cider. It'd be good.
Yeah.
So anyway, so yeah, we have more chickens than we're supposed to right now, but
You have the percentage that die off.
Right.
It's reality.
we were in between.
Yeah.
You know,
So yeah, we'll have 3 going in the freezer pretty soon, or
Yeah.
3 going to coyote bait. We're not 100% sure yet.
yeah. Now that we've done them, and it wasn't such a shock, because we'd only butchered meat birds.
Yeah.
And then we did the 2 years ago, and we were planning on putting them in the freezer, and it was like, ooh, this is way different. I don't know if this
Yeah.
is normal.
Yeah.
So now we kind of know.
Yeah,
What's
fat
normal?
color's totally different. Meat
Yeah, I
color's
mean,
totally
all the
different.
eggs in there
Yeah.
was like, whoa, that was really cool.
Yeah.
to
That was
see, though.
that was science class. That was cool.
We had to do it earlier this time because it was like dark out.
Well,
Oh,
I came
no.
home from work.
Oh, because she was injured.
Yeah, it was like the middle of the week.
Yeah.
And she, the one hen was picking on her and ripped the back of her scalp
Yes,
off.
so it was like blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And you just like let her go for the day to see how
Yeah.
she did, and I just because you couldn't do it, which I don't blame you.
Yeah,
So I called that one, and then we got the bully out of there.
yeah.
So
Yeah, so now we kind of know what to expect.
we know just to skin the birds instead of pluck them. Probably if we do a couple.
Yeah,
So we'll see what we get out of them.
yeah.
So that's been the official bullshit going on with the
Yeah.
chicken shit.
So, I mean, yeah, it weighs on your mind.
It
you
does.
know, when you start thinking about our livelihood changing.
It's not really our livelihood because let's be real, we don't make money off the podcast.
Well, no, what I meant was
Yeah.
this is our life.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
this is the life we have chosen to do. Not that we're losing money. We would.
Yeah, we
but not
would
in
because
a
we have to go
business.
buy the food.
Not in a business sense.
Right.
We don't sell the eggs. We don't sell the meat. Yeah, we've done some workshops,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't like. I mean, I don't know. I guess if we couldn't do meat birds, we wouldn't
It wouldn't
go
be the
bankrupt.
end of the world,
but
right?
It was a nice
Right.
plus.
I mean, if it came down to it, we would more than likely rotate out the flock,
yeah,
and it would be get on our schedule, buy 14 birds of X, Red
Yeah.
Rangers, or 14 birds of Gold Lace Wyandottes. So we know,
yeah. Which originally, because we've always gotten a couple of this kind and a couple of this kind, and we were going to get like foot bands so
Yeah.
that we would know who was who. But then we just got a whole new breed that
right?
we don't have any of, so now we don't need to do that.
Exactly. So we know all the Gold Lace Wyandottes out there are
New.
the same age.
Yeah,
Anybody else who is not a Gold Lace Wyandotte, if they stop laying eggs, they're going in the freezer.
yeah. If we can tell.
I mean, we'll start painting their butts.
Blue coat.
Yeah, blue coat the butts and see who's got blue on the eggs the next day.
Yeah. So I forgot where I was going again. But yeah, we wouldn't go bankrupt, but it was something nice to do.
Right.
Even though I hate doing the meat birds.
I hate doing the meat birds too. I would much rather do the rabbits.
But there's something about a roast chicken. Like, roast rabbit is just not the same.
No, it's not. But the rabbits reproduce themselves, and we can't have a rooster.
I know.
So it'd be much nicer if we could have a rooster.
We have been talking about ducks. So we need to talk to more people about Muscovies.
Yes.
Because we have read that they're very loud.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we read that in a couple articles, it was like, well, I don't want to deal with that. But then other people were saying they're the quietest ducks they've ever had.
Right.
So we need to start asking around more. Because our neighbor has offered that if we do all the stuff, that we can have them over by the pond.
Yeah, which would be perfect.
Yeah. Because we originally, when we were talking about chickens or ducks, we got talked out of ducks because they're just a mess.
Yeah, they're a mess and they're noisy, but if they have a pond to go play in, that solves half of the issues with the ducks.
Yeah.
So,
because we read that they're ready to go in like 6 or 7 weeks.
Yeah, 6 to 8 weeks. I mean, if we could do that, they get huge.
Yeah, if you have Muscovy ducks,
yep,
let us know how loud they are.
Yep, and let us know how much they cost. Because I've heard conflicting, anywhere from $5 to $35.
I mean, I probably for a chick or for a what is it? Baby duck called a duckling.
Yeah, duckling. I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm hearing. I don't know if that's full size.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've seen that at the supply store where they had the lavender Orpingtons that you wanted.
Yeah, that were super expensive.
Yeah, they were like $35-$40.
Were they really the chicks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, that was up at Trellis.
Well, that's a ritzy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is true. It is right in the middle of the Tri-City area.
Yeah.
That is like $1 million.
Well, that's why
homes.
I think about our Tractor Supply. Our Tractor Supply store is not in the country. Like, it is in suburbia.
Yeah.
And it's more like
there's a Ferrari dealer next door.
Yeah, you walk in there and it's like you don't really fit in. Where me and my dirty clothes and my truck at Rural King down in, farmland.
Right.
Is like, hey.
Yeah.
I belong here.
Exactly.
We're Tractor Supply. They're looking at me like, a truck? Farmer?
Yeah.
So yeah, even though we did buy the chicks from there, but
they had what we wanted.
The girls wanted to go see because we told them they had Briar horse stuff and then they didn't. So they wanted to go see it. It
is what it is. I mean, we went when it was still cold out and they first opened, so I bet it was
Christmas
stuff. Yeah.
So yeah.
But I think it's about what we got for this week. So we've officially dropped the chicken issue.
Yes.
We're done dealing with that this week.
Yes.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. But we can talk about it now. So we wanted to at least get closure on it before we brought it up. And
we got as much closure as we can at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, it is Illinois. It's politicians. It's bullshit. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll keep you guys posted. But as of right now, nothing is changing.
Yep.
So the only thing we may have to go do that we didn't do because it was beforehand was go register with the state, but I'm not even doing that.
I don't.
So that's optional.
That. Yeah.
So I don't want another California deal to pop up where they had to deal with Newcastle out there.
Yeah. And
they went door to door and called a bunch of chickens out there. So I more than likely won't.
Yep.
So, but that's pretty much what we got.
All right. So Etsy page.
Yep, Etsy page.
Telegram group.
Yes, join the Telegram group. Let's have a talk. Let's have fun. Let's shoot the shit.
Yep. Because if you have never used Telegram before, it's like an ongoing conversation.
Yeah, it's what are they called? IRC chats?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and we don't have that many people where it's hard to keep up.
No, I think there's 28 people in there right now.
Yeah, it's a nice amount where the conversation gets going and then it's, quiet for a while.
Yeah, some days there'll be 100 messages in there on a whole day.
Yeah.
And another day there might be like 5.
Yeah.
So it just depends on if you guys got questions. That's the best place to jump in and ask us.
Yeah.
So one of us will respond right away.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't respond, you generally tag me if I don't respond.
Because I know.
Yep, because I'm underneath the truck, and if I can't answer it, I tag you.
Yep.
So.
And live stream on Friday.
Yep.
Toolman Tim on YouTube.
He'll have a link. And
8 p.m. Central Time.
Yes. And
7 Mountain Time.
Yes, and you will probably go a little while. I think did he mention somebody else was going to be on there too?
Yes, his wife, Becky.
Yeah, so you get to chit-chat with Becky too.
Yes.
You guys will be going all night.
Yeah.
You like Becky.
I do like Becky.
So, all right, guys.
Yep. All right.
We'll see you next week.
See you on the homestead where something is always growing, eating, or cooking.